Hi everybody, welcome back. So, I hope you all have had a nice weekend. I apologize for not being live on Saturday. In either case, I do hope you're all doing good today. Wow, goddamn. Need to catch my breath. Sorry, I'm a little flustered because I am very late today. As is becoming usual for me, unfortunately. Had to get another clip thing sorted, and I got, I got distracted doing the editing and all that, so, I need to, like, set a hard limit to doing this shit, like, 2 hours beforehand. Oh well. So, is today the 100 question quiz day? Possibly. So, we got some stuff to do. We've still got items to turn in and stuff to decide what to do with. There's, in particular, speaking of the quizzes, the items that we got for doing the quiz and this thing and this thing. We also still have one other weapon to make. Before the blade arm, and we can go get that right now. That would be the shining laser, and the thing about the shining laser, if you weren't here the last couple of times I explained this, it is stupid expensive to upgrade. So, I'm gonna give you, and we have some new stuff to get from the junk shop as well. To give you an idea of just how long some of this shit's gonna take to upgrade and get, I am currently at 2 million zenny. Let's see how long this lasts us, why don't we? Before we even go get the shining laser, I'm gonna show you exactly what we're dealing with price-wise for the new stuff from the junk shop. So let's go stop by the sulfur bottoms, since that's the shortest travel distance between the landing point and the shop. We've still got stuff to... Pardon me. We've still got stuff to do, by the way. This is not going to be the...
See chat. He hates us. His big booty is a lie and deception of the highest order.
I will not take this slander. My ass is wonderful. It is just in hiding right now. And even then, there's still plenty to say. Also... Link, sweetie.
Ignore that soul. I know that task can't lie.
Hi, Ivy. And also, Link, honey, thank you for the hydrate. Ass so fat you can see it from the front. Basically, at the very least, the hips ain't lying. Okay, so, we have nothing to get from items, but we have these to get for our buster parts. The max level power item is 800,000. And there's at least two that I want, which is this one and this one. So we're gonna need 800,000 and 500,000. So that's immediately eating over 1 million zenny. What we could also do is go back to Yashanka. Donate 1 million zenny to the church, become nice Megaman, and get a further 10% discount in the shop. Which I'm actually going to go do. For reasons. Because it doesn't just give us a discount in the shop, it gives us a discount in the weapon upgrade room as well, I believe. It's making me want to work on the model now. I did see some of the stuff you posted, Rubibble. It is looking nice. I do, however, need to at some point finish the goddamn model ref. I'm surprised you weren't at your best after the last donation. So I'm not sure how the math works out, but essentially, if you want to go from dark to light, it's going to take at least a 2 million zenny donation. Because going from normal Mega Man, as I currently am, up to light Mega Man, as far as I can tell anyway, takes about 1 million zenny.
Spend 1 mil for a 10% discount on 800k.
Not just 800k, everything that come after that, because we are absolutely gonna be farming up some money on this stream, just letting y'all know. Yeah, I will get around to... I'm gonna try to do it tonight. I'm also working on the other thing I'm drawing, which if you're in the Discord, you saw, or at least you have the opportunity to see. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna see. Do I need 1,000,000 zenny, or did that do it? Nope. Okay, that did not do it. Hang on. Let's try another 300,000. Okay, we're now to 600,000 zenny. Am I a good boy yet? Nope, not yet. Okay. 900,000 zenny. How's about that? Am I a good... Nope, shut up. I said shut up, please. Thank you. Almost. Okay. You know what? Hang on. We're gonna reload so I could just do this in one button press. What a fantastic start to the stream we are off to, my friends. You have a Discord? We do indeed. If somebody wishes to do the Discord command thingamabobber, so that we can get that nice and shown off. Thank you, Senri. Do appreciate it. Okay. Let's try this one more time. We need to be as generous as we can possibly be in exactly one go to satisfy my OCD. I'll add your Discord server to my collection. Ain't that a goddamn mood? I'm pretty sure I have about 30 on my other Discord account. Okay. Sorry about that, Father, whatever your name was. I have with me a sufficient offering this time, probably. Yep. Here, take $1,000,000 in the face, and that'll do it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I am light Megaman. Jinties and a few others. That's fair, Peanut. That is fair. So now that I have a very slightly lighter hue to me, I get a 10% I get a further 10% discount on top of everything, which also stacks with the 10% we get from rolls upgrades. So, or get 4 rolls upgrades. I believe it's a 10% discount anyway. It's a discount of some amount. Okay, yeah, that's fairly significant. That's going from 800,000 to 640,000. That's pretty significant. Is that... Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. I'm not sure if that's exactly 10%, but close enough. Turn the gamma up, indeed. Okay. Oopsie daisy. There we go. It might be more than... I think that's closer to 20. I think that is 20%. Yeah. Okay, well, then 20%. Okay, so now, unfortunately, that brings us back down to 1,000,000. And to give you an idea of just how much... Or 25%? Oh, dang. Okay. Well, either way, to give you an idea of just how much money we're going to want if we want to upgrade the last 2 items, the beam arm and the shining laser, let's go to Elysium. Let's just go straight there, why don't we? I mean, the last item we need to get the shining laser is literally right next to the front door, so.
Well, here we are. Megaman, be careful. Please? I will.
Also, sorry, Roll, I am currently flashbanging the cockpit with my slightly elevated gamma. Okay, it is 20%. Either way, substantial decrease. I see you made up your mind. Are you ready to go to Elysium? Off we go.
What's that girl's name again? Roll? Huh?
Sorry, can't hear you.
She was quite worried while you were unconscious and kept asking if there was anything she could do. She looked desperate. She probably would have done anything. Anything I told her to. If she thought it would have helped to bring you back. Once I told her you were probably going to be all right, she almost started crying. You should take good care of her. She really likes you. How are we doing, Gats?
Engines are online.
I had Gats merge with his shuttle pod to repair it.
Master Trigger, hurry. Mistress Sarah will execute the carbon reinitialization program shortly.
What are you waiting for? Get in!
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm waiting for the dang cutscene. Whee! Okay, so Elysium is the final level of the game.
I really like Roll and all the other carbons. I think they're worth preserving, even if it means destroying the system.
While this unit has reservations about destroying the system, it will do its utmost to assist you.
Well, here we are. Let's do what we came here to do. The rest will take care of itself.
And I like the music of Elysium. My, it's been a long time since I've been here. Hasn't changed much, though. Well, this is it. I'd go with you if I could, but seeing as this isn't my own body, I'll stay here. I'll spot for you, though, so I'll be with you in spirit, if not in body. Miss Sarah is most likely in the library, which is inside the mother area. The library contains the genetic records of the humans who built the system. Normally, the mother area can be reached by going through the master room from the center area. However, the elevator that connects directly to the center area is stopped on an upper level. That means you're gonna have to go through the defense area. Then go around through the side area. There should be a refractor somewhere in the defense area that can be used to power the elevator. If you can get the elevator working, you can get to the center area from the shuttle bay directly. The layout of Elysium may confuse you. Use your internal navigation system. Once you reach the library, you should find Miss Sarah. What happens next is your decision. I'll do all I can to slow Sarah down. Good luck. And here is the last item we need for the shining laser. Mouse used solar flare pretty much. Okay, so I know I know we just got here, but I need to go back home. Return to Terra. Back to Terra we go. I need to go make a nice big old laser. In fact, Data, I'm gonna save with you. I'm sure that's not at all frustrating. You get to the big bosses, you get to the big final level, and all of a sudden the hero's like, wait, I forgot something. I have to immediately heel turn right around, or about face rather. Heel turn is a wrestling thing. In any case, combine this with the laser manual, and we got the shining laser. Okay. This is the most expensive item to upgrade in the entire game, and it's not even close. To give you an idea, let's how much is it gonna cost to finish upgrading the homing missile? 900,000 zenny to finish upgrading its attack. Okay. Now, let's go with the shining laser. 45,000 zenny for one level in attack. That's not too bad. We can handle that. How about one in energy? Oh, okay, 90,000 zenny. That's a little more. That's a little more, but we still got plenty. 900,000 zenny for one more in energy. Okay, how about one more in attack? 450,000 zenny. How about in range? Oh, we immediately start off with 90,000, and now 450,000. Oh, and this is when you begin to see what the end game of Mega Man Legends 2 kind of becomes. Money, and lots of it. So that's as much as we can upgrade right now. And unfortunately, it turns out the nice Mega Man upgrade, the nice Mega Man discount does not stack with the 10% roll discount. That is disappointing. But yeah, so, now, the plus side, the shining laser is utterly fucking broken. Like, it is that expensive for a reason. This is the weapon that you are meant to finish the game with. I'm gonna give you all a little example. It is not even close to fully upgraded yet. It only has 2 upgrades in attack, 1 in energy, and 1 in range. Let's see how quickly we kill, let's go back to Elysium really quick, actually. Let's just bounce around there for a little while. I'm sure we can find something to test this out on in the defense area. Hi, Data, excuse me, coming through. Oh, fucking banger song, by the way.
Megaman. I know Elysium like the back of my hand.
Alright, so first enemy here. Pretty simple to deal with. And then there's tougher ones nearby. The unfortunate thing is some enemies, particularly the ground ones, like the flat robot dudes. Oh.
If you increase the relative gravity, you should be able to break through it.
All the power in the game was so expensive to upgrade practically required you to play through the whole thing a second time. Alright, so, let's see how long it takes me to kill these things with the Mega Buster. Pretty quick. Now with the laser. And these things get spawned by something, which is around here somewhere. There it is.
The gravity field. The relative gravity on the other side of the entrance is heavier.
Reminder, we still have 1 more upgrade in attack for this thing, and when you fully upgrade its energy, it becomes infinite. This thing can get infinite ammo, and it does the most damage of any weapon in the entire game fully upgraded. There's a reason that it bankrupts you so fucking hard. In total, the Shining Laser takes about 18 million Zenny to fully upgrade. In fact, I think we might actually have 2 more levels in attack to upgrade in this thing. I think each upgrade slot actually is 4, not 3. So, yeah. So it could potentially get even stupider. Oh. There is one thing about Elysium that let go. Oh no, the final boss, I can confirm, does take damage from it. Absolutely they do. Like I said, this thing is prohibitively expensive for a reason. And you only get it at the end of the game for a reason. By this point, if you have upgraded any of the other good side weapons, like the Hyper Shell or the Homing Missile, you could go beat the game. Like, we could go just equip the Hyper Shell and go beat the game right now. I don't want to do that because I've still got items to get. And, you know, I don't really want to be in Elysium right now anyway. I'd rather save this until we're ready to fully progress. But yeah, as I was gonna say, there's one thing I don't like about Elysium, and that is several of the doors are locked until you kill all enemies in a single area. And that was the wrong door, hang on. Yep, see, that's what I mean. Fucking goddammit. It's a minor annoyance though, not that terrible. Oh, and you have not seen, oh, and, by the way, the Shining Laser is hilariously broken, but once we max out power and rapid on the Mega Buster, it basically becomes a laser in and of itself. Unfortunately, all of that's gonna require a shit ton of money. So, yeah, we're gonna be at this for a while. There's a reason why I decided to devote today to just cleaning up side content. Fucking There we go. So how are you all doing? Reminds me of getting called. Oh yeah, I already read that one, my bad. Feeling burnt out. Yeah, I get that feeling. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I get that feeling. I'm sorry. Energizer Pack Omega. So, yeah, that's the energy maximizing power, or thing. Which, oh no wait, that's 3 energy, 1 range, and 3 rapid. Huh. Hold on. That's a little more rapid and range than I've already got. Huh. Nice. 40,000 zenny. That does not... that absolutely does not make up for the shit that I spent, but it's a start. Shuttle Bay Control System. Unregistered shuttle has been detected within Shuttle Bay. Access to Shuttle Bay has been cut off. Unable to identify shuttle controller.
If you lower the relative gravity, you'll be able to jump higher than normal. If you increase the gravity, your jumping ability will be proportionately decreased. But you already knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, thank you.
You can also use that control panel to download information about Elysium.
You mean the thing that I just did? Thank you. Appreciate it, Yuna. Just at work, so it could be better. Oof. Well, I hope workday's going okay for you at the very least, Sir Shark. Okay, folks. So... the question stands... do we want to save... Do we want to save the quiz for its own stream entirely? And just devote today to farming up the rest of the upgrades that I want? Considering that it's going to take a while to do that. And, like, cleaning up the rest of the side content? Or do we want to try and get it all done in one stream? I'm gonna be honest, it's going to take a long time either way. I do not remember the music being this gosh darn loud. Hang on a minute. Let me turn it down slightly. Oh, no wonder. It didn't register the music decrease. We can make an attempt if you want to see all the crazy... You know what? Just to at least see what we're dealing with, let's take a peek at the questions we're going to be attempting. And then after that, I'm just gonna probably wrap up with all the other side content that I've got left and farm up to get more upgrades. So let's go see what that 100 question quiz at least starts with, yeah? And I mean, hey, hold up. Oh, there you are. Boy, it's a nice day today, isn't it? Aw. Well, thank you. I mean, yes, it is. It's cute. Oh, there's another one. I didn't notice it. And there's another one. I didn't notice these little guys like the first time. I better start exercising before I get fat. Well, yeah, New Year's resolution for you. Yeah, fuck. Oh, right, the town's still kind of completely destroyed. Not my fault, not my fault. I want to remind everybody here, this was absolutely 100% not my fault. Probably. I'm pretty sure. Let me open up one more thing of water. Okay, ma'am, let's see what your 100 question quiz begins with. It's your 100 questions. Here we go. You have to start over. What Apollo project was the first to land on the moon? Apollo 14. Nope. Well, we're off to a great start. It was 13, I think. Wait, nope. I didn't mean to fuck. Let me try that again. Okay. Capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. Did you crack open a liquid death? Waterloo, actually. Which of these machines plays music? A fax machine. A camera, clearly. Okay, cassette deck. Not too bad so far. The rebellion against the East India Company in 1857 by Indian mercenaries was, well, it wasn't the Boxer Rebellion. That's very, I know at least that. Nope. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Chat, we may be in trouble. We may want to save this for its own stream, but let's take a look for a little... Let's take a few more sneak peeks. What animal is used to search for truffles? Pigs. What year did Mussolini's fascist party take control of Italy? Fuck. 1925? Nope. Oh boy. Oh no. We're in trouble, chat. If we can't even get past the first 10 on our own. What is the main ingredient of the Thai I don't fucking know. I've never heard of that. Yeah, oh dear.
Yum yum goon soup.
Shush pizza. Oysters might get probably. Oh dear. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take 2 more sneak peeks. What animal? Pig. What year did 1915? Fuck. I haven't even gotten past the first 5.
This time on Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? What the fuck are these questions?
Oh dear. Let's see what else we got. Which of these is made from milk? Yogurt. The Russian author of Crime and... check... No. Okay. Nope, that was not it. One more. One more little peek. What is another common name for computer software? Program. How many minutes in an hour? 60. The 3 most well-known teas are Lipton. Fuck. Well, apparently the other one's not that well fucking known. God damn it. Who made this quiz? She did, apparently. Ugh. Okay. So, we're saving that for another day. And we're making that a challenge. The challenge is... We have to try and pardon me. We have to try and do it legit. No Googling. For as long as we can possibly stand. Oh dear. So who wants to farm up some money? Oh, actually, while we're doing, before we do that, let me Google something real quick. Megaman Legends 2, item, no,
What's 1 plus 2? What's the main ingredient in ice cream? What's the year Lord Miles Gleamert proclaimed the sanctity of Babenbert?
It's kind of the spread we're dealing with. Okay. Oh, Give the cute piggy to the Ruminoa girl, restores 1,500 points. Affection value becomes, repair the... Oh.
Question 99. What number am I thinking of right now?
Fuck, 7. Was that close? Probably not.
Wrong 42.
Damn it. It's always 42. Hang on a minute.
Joke's on you. I wasn't thinking of a number.
I can only assume what y'all were thinking of, chat. It ain't hard to guess. Granted, I don't help, but you know. I'm 20% cheaper, unable to deal with a shady dealer. Okay, hang on a minute, let me see the items that I can hurt. Okay, so we already got all the, yep, alright. Sell, fail the intro stage. Data gets burnt to a, okay, nope, we already got that one. Fucking, hang on a minute. There, we have a bunch of items. We have the class items, the notebook items. Oh, give Shu the notes, pencil, and textbook.
I was thinking of how many pounds of fat ass I can have on my chest before my ribs and lungs collapse.
Are you wanting to find out, chat? To be fair, having that voice and physique is doing numbers. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so we give Shu only if at least one building is destroyed during the restore Pakte village. Well, the whole village has been fucking obliterated, so I'm not sure how we fix it. But okay, we give Shu the notes, pencil, and textbook. We give the piggy to a girl in Ruminoa City. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just studying this thing that we can go do. We can build Ember Prime in Warframe. Wait, hang on. Could we have done this without spending a shit ton of money? Hang on. How much affection does donating $1 million to the church get us? Let's see. Because I found a guy that actually like lists out values. Oh, 20,000. Oh, okay.
Question number 15. If Megaman has 5 apples and roll takes 2, what is the maximum velocity of the flutter after being tampered with by the bonds?
Not good. I know that much. Hang on. I'm looking through this guide. I'm so sorry. This is... I'm going quiet a lot because I'm looking through I'm looking through this fucking item guide. Okay, yeah. So, the karma system goes up to roughly 16,500 down to negative 16,500. Giving Shu the notes, pencil, and notebook in Keto Village would give us 5,000. Giving the pig to the girl in Ruminoa City would give us 1,500. Donating 1 million zenny to the church gets us 20,000. So that immediately bumps us up to light Mega Man in one go if we're at normal. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. For the sake of completion, for completion's sake, let's just go drop go drop these items off. So first, back to Calbania Island. Despite being a thick mouse, the main thing that kept me around was that voice. Aww. Rebel, you're too... Dang it. Y'all making me blush again. I already had my, like, pouring out my heart to the chat stream moment in the last one. Do I gotta have another one? I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I missed that one, so you gotta do it again. Dang it! Okay, fine. Long time no see. Wanna play a game?
We're the heart here, silly.
That's true. You are the heart, but, you know... close enough. You know the secret of the runes, do you? Will you tell me? Wait, hang on. Don't I... Wait. Hold on. That is Shu, yeah? Yeah, that's Shu, so... Oh, you know what? It might be because I'm already, like, maximum goodness. Never mind. Okay. Well, that was a waste of time. Cool. Well, then, Chat, the only thing that leaves us to do is go farm up money. We have almost 400,000 Zenny. We're gonna need a lot. At the very least, want to get the Buster upgrades that I want, which I do. It's gonna take me about, let's see, a little over 1 million more Zenny. So back to Pakde Village. We're gonna go with the old reliable in terms of farming method. What jams do you have prepared for us while you grind? You know what? Actually, that's a good. Yeah, we could just put on some different music and we can just chat. This basically just becomes a chat room stream. Pardon me. So, once we get back there, I shall load up the music. Zoop. Farmer Mouse time. Behold the Zenny fields of Farmer Salem and see that they could be doing better. Time to seed the soil and plow the... You all need to calm the fuck down back there. Granted, I know I encourage this behavior. And that's what makes it funny. Whee! Okay. Nope. Hang on. I need to get the dang enemy setup that gets us the easily farmable setup. Enemy thing, person, man. That's the exact sentence that I meant to say, believe it or not. God dang it. You're really... Okay. Is it really gonna do this to me now? Where the enemy generation that I need is just gonna be as stubborn as a mule? It's looking likely. It is looking likely. God damn it. Okay. I wanted to wait to start the music and, like, start the chatty, like, stuff until after I had actually started farming things. But it's looking like I may have to wait, or I started a bit early, because the game is being a bit of a dumb right now. Should I define the, I'm on the torso now. Should I define muscles like the pecs to keep things smooth? I'd say go ahead. Like, I'm not good at drawing muscles, yet anyway. So I typically keep things smooth, but I could say I'd say a very light definition. Salem isn't a particularly, like, built or athletic twink. Me be a thin mouse. Well, okay, that is absolutely not true. I'm thick in every other way, but not a whole lot of muscle. But at least enough to have defined. At least, to be defined. Come on. Okay, there we go. Got it, finally. Okay. Let's see. What music... My boy out here, we all out here. Look. World, when I looked out on the streaming landscape, thinking of the kind of thing...
When I hear smooth, I'm now just imagining someone fully shaving all the fur off Salem.
Whoever does that is going to die. And I will be the one to kill them. Wow, that sentence just kind of died in my brain. Shit. Oh well. Doesn't need to exercise because he's small enough to carry. I mean, yes, most of the time. Pardon me. Let me see here. I've got some music that I like putting on. But we can probably, like, if chat wants, depending on how, well, I know how long this is going to take a while. Depending on how long we spend on this. But let's see. I've got some music to start us off. There we go. Just something nice and peaceful. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. When I looked out on the streaming landscape when deciding what my whole vibe would be for streaming as Salem, I mean, I already knew that I was a thick boy. Thick boys are my entire brand, basically. Mario's Pride Tower. But when I was wondering, just what niche am I going to occupy? I realized there is a severe lack of thick mouse boys on the internet, so I've got at least that mouse hole to God, hang on, let me just, well, that was the wrong thing, but oh well. When did you discover that you weren't straight? Oh god, that is a... That is a good question. How long has it been? God, like at least since... I want to say early high school? So more than a decade ago. Far more than a decade ago. Like that's like easily over 15 years ago. God, actually, like... close to fucking hell, life is weird and takes a long time. I've got that mouse hole to fill. He says as his ass gets stuck in the mouse hole again. Look, if it not... that's everybody else's fault for not making properly Salem-sized mouse holes. It really... when you think about it, that's just poor planning. But... I'd say the discovery of... well, my sexuality has been something I've kind of put together as I went. I'd say I got the first idea that I wasn't straight back in early high school. I don't remember exactly when. I just started noting that, hey, guys can be hot too. And I would just kind of... was just kind of like, huh. Okay. Oh, and that was one hell of a revelation to have growing up in a very, very, very conservative area. Thankfully, like, me and my family were kind of like the oasis of not that in that area, but yeah. After getting out of that area, well, after getting out of high school, however, I was Demi for an entire year, then I realized I was just shy. Oddly, also, hi Fiji. Oddly enough, I thought I was bi for a very long time and then realized that I was closer to Demi. God, yeah, I think by the time I got into community college, it was roughly around 21-ish, something like that. That's when I started, like, wow, man, God, the spread between the end of high school and, like, now is kind of a blur, I'm gonna be honest. But I think the more, important discovery came a couple of years ago. Actually, maybe even as little as a year ago. Maybe even less than that, honestly. But I kind of just made the discovery, or I kind of just put together that sexuality is one of those things you just kind of figure out as you go. Because your brain never stops changing or developing or taking in new information. And you just kind of discover yourself as you go. You kind of figure out shit that has always been the case, you just didn't know how to articulate it at the time. And for a very long time, I thought, like I said, ever since I first discovered I was not straight in high school, not by any like big revelation or event, I just kind of realized that, hey, dudes are cool too. Huh. Okay. And then as I went and discovered that there was like a whole gender spectrum as well, I kind of realized that sexuality is also a spectrum. And it's very, very hard to quantify and label after a point. You know, some people very cleanly fall into a certain label, I would say, or a certain area on the spectrum. Like there are some people I've known in my life who are painfully straight. Like, y'all know the type. The kind of people who just like... There's no other way to say it. People who are just flat out boring. Like, dude wipes that too. I don't know. Just, there's straight, and then there's like... titanium rod stuck in, like, built into concrete, frozen in the winter for 1,000 years kind of straight. Oh, and also the rod is beige. Like, that's the best analogy I could come up with. If sexuality is a spectrum, does that mean someone is statistically the most gay? You can, I mean, well, yes, probably, maybe. I think it also means that throughout your life, you can kind of just swing, I guess. You just, since your brain is developing as you go, sexuality kind of comes into its own, and then just kind of, at least for me anyway, it became more open-ended. For some people, it's more rigid, but for others, it could be more fluid. Yeah, exactly, normal say. And when we say can be, that doesn't mean it necessarily always is. Some people are completely straight, some people are completely gay, you know, so on and so on. But for others, and I'd say that counts for myself, it's more fluid and just kind of is I don't fucking know sometimes. Like, eventually, I adopted the label demi, and, like, some ace as well, because I kind of noticed that as, like, sexual attraction would flare up would spark the most in people that I felt like I had an emotional connection with. And, you know, that just kind of, and obviously, right, on some level, but to the point where it was just like, if I don't know you, I'm probably not really, if I don't know you that well, or if I don't feel like we're off on, basically, I'm not the kind of guy who, like, can take a look at somebody and from look alone be like, yeah, I want to fuck them, right? I just don't experience that. I can be like, oh yeah, that guy looks good, or that gal looks good, or that NB looks good, or what have you, insert gender here. But when it comes to actually wanting to be in a relationship with someone, I kind of have to already be to a certain degree. Like, we have to already kind of be on a wavelength for me to actually want to do anything with or be with them at all. Basically, if I'm not already somebody's friend and we don't already have an emotional link, I don't want to fuck them is the best way I can describe that. And that's kind of, and just in general, for me in particular, the reason why I say a bit of ace as well is because for me, being with somebody is like, sex is probably the mid-tier priority for me when it comes to being in a relationship with somebody. For me, the highest priorities are just having somebody to share life with. And even then, I'm not somebody who wants to really be in a singular committed relationship at the moment. A one-night stand and a relationship are vastly different. Some desire a night, others want to expand their one night into a relationship. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not really even interested in I've very, very, very rarely ever interested or say to myself, yeah, I kind of want to have a one-night stand with this person. It's so exceedingly rare for me. And even then, like, I would much rather it be with somebody that I already know very well and am close to, obviously. But still, this is why I say, for me anyway, sexuality is a spectrum and is something that I've just kind of stopped trying to singularly label, because it's so fucking weird for me. I don't, some days I just flat out don't know. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm not straight. Like, if I had to put a, it is literally a situation of the missile knows where it is because it knows where it isn't, except for it doesn't know except it's broken because it doesn't always know where it isn't, but it at least knows one location it never is, and that is straight. So I'm lost and confused except for one specific point. And honestly, I say lost and confused. It's more like just, I don't really know, and I'm fine with that. The safe default is Demi for me. Interesting way to put it. Look, I'm nothing if not a treasure trove of extremely elaborate, for no reason, or unnecessarily elaborate analogies. And let's also change up the music here. Let's go with... Hold on. Oh, this is a nice one. Hello, Jaguar. Welcome on the YouTube side. You have caught us in the midst of discussing personal stuff. And also me farming up money for upgrades, because good lord, the endgame upgrades in this game are fucking expensive. Might be a little more high energy than what we're listening to.
All labels inherently water down what they're trying to define for the layman to understand.
Yeah, basically. Like, there's a reason, I think, yeah, and you know, actually, yeah, that is actually a good point, Peanut. I think the reason why labels are used is because when you try to get down to the actual, like, details of sexuality and sexual identity, this shit's fucking complicated and confusing, so I get it, right? I get why names and labels are a much more simple and easier to understand way to approach it. The reality is, it's extremely fucking weird. Identity is weird, and nobody is really 100% sure who they are at any one time, because that shit changes by the year. In small ways, most of the time, but in some ways more, but in some not small ways other times. I operate entirely on vibes, and that leads me to men 99% of the time. You know, that's fair, Fiji. That is very fair. Oh, what am I doing? And because a lot of people think sex is icky and gross, it's very difficult to explore properly. Yeah, that too. Particularly here in America, we are coming up, in fact, I just grew up in an extremely prudish part of the country, so a lot of this shit was very, very hard for me to explore properly. And even then, not even just the sex part, just the personal identity shit. When I say prudish, I also mean the exact kind of straight I was talking about before, with the titanium rods being in the concrete, and the rod is also beige and has been frozen for 1,000 years. Unmoving is the better way I could describe that. That was the kind of people I was surrounded in. Not in my family, thankfully. My family kind of grew up along with me in terms of like, we all kind of realized this is uncomfortable. This area we're in is uncomfortable. We should leave. Yeah, exactly, Normalcy. That is the kind of environment that I grew up in, minus my immediate family, where relationships are only for marriage and procreation. Or rather, sex and relationships in general, where it was unfucking thinkable for a man and a woman to be anything other. For a man and a woman to have friendship for anything, where the end goal was anything other than sex. That too. Which I found fucking infuriating. It's like, and me over here personally, like, I don't care. I like playing games with people. People are fun and cool. It's weird. Yeah, no, it is absolutely, it was very disturbing, Rob. Like, and unfortunately, that is a very common thought process across, I wouldn't even just say across the US, across a lot of the world, really. And it's dumb. I guess this is the discussion we're having whilst I'm murdering the same robot for its money over and over again. Was in a very Christian household for a while. Yeah, I think that's also, I think the particular area I grew up in is also why I just stopped being religious entirely. Fucking shocker, right? The thick-ass twink 2'9" mouse on the internet is not particularly religious. Who would have fucking thunk? But yeah, just the environment that I grew up in left me with an extremely bad taste. And just in general, I became very interested in the sciences and technology and all that, and I wanted to expand my mindset beyond the things that I grew up with, which was a big no-no, apparently, in the area that I was in, so, yeah. I do not miss that. I do not miss it. I don't miss that life whatsoever. But on that subject, actually, you know what? Never mind. I was thinking of where to take that topic next, and I'm like, I kind of want to move on to something different. I kind of want to move on to a different topic, something a little more lighthearted. Me when Darwin puts gifts under the science mystery. Religious good, has good morals to teach, but that goes out the window when it comes time to practice, and people will become oh yeah. Look, the actual usual teachings of Christianity and stuff like that, I'm pretty much fine with, like, because it boils down to just don't be a dick to people. Particularly, don't be a dick to strangers. You know, feed the poor, yeah, feed the poor, care for the sick, welcome the stranger, don't be an asshole, yada yada yada. But the vast majority of, like, mainstream people in the, rather, I guess I should say the loudest and most prevalent portion of American Christianity, oh god, they do everything but all of that. And yeah, all theory, no practice is, yeah, exactly. It's the yeah, exactly. It's not the idea, it's the people who, it even goes beyond it. It even goes beyond religion. It's just, that's been the case for a lot of humanity in general. It's not the idea, it's the execution, and that can mean both a good thing and a bad, that can be both a good thing and a bad thing. The ideas that you want to live by can be good, but the way you do, but your actual practice of living by them can say a whole different story about you as a person.
To talk about something more lighthearted, you think we'll ever do like multiplayer events?
I've considered it. Honestly, I'm pretty fine with my usual game playing being more retro games. In fact, I was considering I've now got this hang on a minute, I need to emphasize this. Extremely legal and not at all emulated PlayStation gameplay. I've been wanting to go back and revisit the library of PlayStation games I grew up with, because there is a lot. I have a lot of stories to tell of my time with the PlayStation 1 in particular. Just wanted to get my oh no, you're fine, Normalcy. You don't have to apologize for your tangent, sweetheart. Like I was the one going on a massive tangent for a long time there. Mr. Incredible. I'm sorry, ma'am. I know you're upset. I fucking love that scene. But yeah, multiplayer games is maybe. I know I want to make Saturdays my usual variety days. So we'll see, possibly. I know I want to do at least another drawing stream sometime. I've also heard about Archipelago streams, which are a bunch of people playing randomizers of multiple different games at the same time, and everybody can find items for other people's games, which is hilarious. And I want to try that at some point. But I'm assuming that's going to be like a very long stream series about if I ever do decide to do that with people. But yeah, the PlayStation 1. So, to give an idea, I was talking about my time growing up. I was the kid who had nearly every single major console, up to a point anyway. I was that kid. So I had, starting with the N64, because I didn't have a Super Nintendo, but I did have actually no, starting with the Genesis. We had a Genesis, then it was the N64, then it was the PlayStation 1. We also got a Sega Saturn, which I no longer have, sadly, but... Oh, and a Dreamcast. I remember that. And then... but that was more GameCube era. But yeah. Or closer to GameCube era. But I only had a GameCube because I was a dumb kid. I have a few not good. Hey, don't worry. That's what Blockbuster was for back in the day. Was, hey, this game art looks neat. I'ma play it. I do miss that though. Just going into a store being like, huh, I don't know what this game is, but it looks interesting. I'll spend $5 to rent it for a week and play it. N64 and NES, I don't think they work anymore. Oh, that sucks. But the PlayStation 1, I think that one had the most memories for me for one specific reason. The N64, I played, I want to say I played it the most because it was around that time period, that was the console that I actually had at home. I mean, along with the Genesis, but the N64 was what I played at that time. My sister was the one who played the Genesis more than me. Or my sibling, they're non-binary these days, but yeah. So the N64 was the one that I had at home, and that was the one that I played, but the PlayStation 1 was the one that my grandmother had. And I loved visiting my grandmother when I was a kid. For more than just the PlayStation, obviously. She was extremely sweet. She was basically a second parent. Well, I say a second parent. She was basically a third parent to me. And genuinely some of the happiest moments in my very young life were when I was staying with her. And so, obviously, young me associated my grandmother with the PlayStation 1. And even then, I had a ton of games that I remember very, very clearly playing a lot of. Whenever we would go out to this one summer home that she had, which was really cozy. Played, let's say, Ape Escape, obviously the Mega Man Legends series. I played Mega Man X4, 5, and 6. Actually, no, my grandmother wasn't a gamer, but she knew that me and my sibling liked video games, so she got the PlayStation 1, and we just played that a shit ton. What else? Oh, the Gex series. I played, Gex, what is technically the second Gex game, and the third one. Let's see. Gex? Yeah. Enter the Gecko, yeah, Enter the Gecko, and then Gex 3, the third, whatever the third one. Did the third one have a subtitle? But yeah, I played that one. I played Blazing Dragons. I'm trying to think of what else. What other standout ones were there? God, I know I played a ton, but a lot of them are escaping me at the moment. Fuck. Well... Oh, Final Fantasy IX. I almost forgot about that one. Final Fantasy IX was another huge one. It's actually the first Final Fantasy game I ever played. Oh wait, was that 10? Actually, no. Okay, my experience with the Final Fantasy series was fucking weird. I played 10 first, then 9, then the first one, then I think the 6th one, and I don't think I ever played 7, oddly enough.
First game that dumb little me managed to play and beat to completion was Battalion Wars. I adored it so very much.
I don't think I ever played that one. But I know there was some weird games I played for the PlayStation. Oh! That was another one. What was it called? Croc? It was Croc, Legend of the Gobos, I believe it was called. Some kind of weird subtitle. But yeah, that was another one. Couple of there was at least one Rugrats game on the PS1 that I played. Oh, and every single Crash Bandicoot game. Almost forgot about, I don't know how the fuck I forgot about those. I played those ones a shit ton, particularly the third one. I think the third Crash Bandicoot game was where young me started to really like get it. But yeah. Yeah, Tag Team Racing as well. Trying to think, I feel like there's one I'm forgetting. Oh, thank you for the stretch, Sure Shark. Thank you. Let me change up the music here for a bit. Let's see. What else do we got? Pardon me. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. We'll go with this. Seems fitting considering our last stream series. It's how I learned about different regions for games because I bought it on eBay and didn't realize that it was PAL. Had to hack my PS1 to play it and it was moved down to cut the last line. Aw. I feel like there's... I think there's one other PlayStation 1 game that I'm pretty sure I played a lot of, but I'm having a lot... I am. It is escaping me. This was a very long time ago. But either way, Ape Escape was probably the one I remember of the non obvious ones like the Megaman games, and Crash Bandicoot. The other game that I remember playing a lot of and remember very well is Ape Escape. I played the absolute shit out of that fucking game. And I have every intention of returning to that on stream at some point. Because I really want to revisit a lot of the old PlayStation library. In particular for my stream series. The time lobby theme, the time station theme for Ape Escape is one of my favorites to just go back and listen to idly. It has such a nice vibe to it. Y'all ever play Black Ops on the Wii? Nope. I completely fucking forgot there actually were Call of Duty games on the friggin' Wii. Taking recommendations for PS1 games? Not currently, but I'll probably take in some recommendations here eventually. The controls were so... I can only imagine. Wii was another one of those consoles that I grew up playing at another formative part of my life. So it's like... Okay, I want to say the clearest gaming memories I have, and the ones that give me the most nostalgia, are... let me change up music again, because this is absolutely going to get in my nerves. There we go. But yeah, I want to say the game periods that give me the absolute most nostalgia are the PS1 era and the PS1 library. Part of the GameCube and also the Wii. The GameCube and Wii were kind of mixed in terms of how much nostalgia I get from that time period. In particular on the Wii, Super Paper Mario was one that I remember playing a shit ton of. And funnily enough, it was one that I remember playing a lot when I went to go visit my grandmother. At that point, I did actually own the Wii and just took it with me. This is Castle Funk from Deltarune Chapter 4. You might not have noticed Normalcy, but there might be some slight design inspiration from Deltarune and Undertale going on in my stream layout. Maybe just some slight inspiration. It's very, very subtle, I know.
I don't see it.
Well, yeah, that's because you're staring at my ass. But yeah, the background, the city in the background is from the Cyberfield sprite sheet for Deltarune Chapter 2. A lot of the text on screen, like the chat, latest follower, latest subscriber, yada yada yada. All the text is like a Deltarune and Undertale font. And just in general, the vibe is very cyber world coded.
What? Deltarune / Undertale inspiration? Where?
Says the Red Soul. Yeah, that's another one. The Soul, obviously. What y'all speak through. When Deltarune finishes, it will destroy me. I want Toby Fox to take my heart and fucking wrench it. Just wring it out for all it's worth. Not that Chapter 4 didn't already do that, but, you know, you can do- come on, you can do more. Like, fucking destroy me emotionally, Toby. You know you want to. I want- that- it is weird that I absolutely want to be heartbroken, but that's just- I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. It hits harder. Particularly because the first part of Deltarune has been so goddamn high energy and fun. When are the final chapters getting released? No idea.
SOL2 is an acronym. Sans, O, Undertale,
I
LOL.
am actually just going to sit on you all at this point. I know you would like that, but at the very least, it would make me feel like I'm doing something in response to this chicanery. Oh yeah, the final chapters, we have no clue. We do know that Chapter 5 is coming out sometime this year. Possibly earlier than we may think, but I'm not sure exactly when. And Chapter 6 and 7, we have absolutely no idea. To give you an idea, Chapter 1 came out in 2018. And then Chapter 2 came out in 2020. And Chapters 3 and 4 came out last summer. So, it's been a process. The games have, the chapters have literally just been getting bigger and bigger as they've been going. Oh no, he didn't work on I mean, I don't think he did for 10 years. But the idea for Undertale, the ideas that he had for Undertale actually started as ideas for Deltarune about 10 years ago, roughly, I think. Well, actually not far more than 10 years ago at this point, like back in 2012, maybe even earlier. But yeah, he started getting ideas for Deltarune back in around like early 2010s, and the early ideas became Undertale. What did take him a number of years, however, was making the first chapter of Deltarune on his own, at which point he's like, you know what, I should probably get a team. And then he did. And then they made Chapter 2. And then they made Chapters 3 and 4. And now that now the team's been working together for a while and they've got all the groundwork laid, hopefully 5, 6, and 7 won't take quite as long. Lancer's theme was supposed to be the main battle theme. Yeah, thank God he didn't go that route. If he did, we wouldn't have gotten Rude Buster, which would have been a tragedy. How much do I got now? Almost 2 million again. But speaking of Undertale and Deltarune, I need to get back on doing voice acting content. That's what the YouTube channel's main content was supposed to be. I just haven't done anything else with it yet. I got distracted with a whole bunch of stuff. Other things happened in the background of my personal life, and yeah. Oh, yeah, if you have not played Chapters 3 and 4 yet, highly recommend doing it. I don't know how much has been spoiled for you, but even if a lot has, I still recommend playing them. There's a reason that the internet, I'll just say, I'm not gonna try and overhype them or anything like that. But I will say that 3 and 4, like, were very, very, very good. And that is all I shall say. Somehow the only thing I know is the driving in my car, right? I'm not gonna do that. Of all the things to get to hear and learn about the newest chapters, the fact that that is the only thing you have heard is fucking incredible. So don't ruin that for me. I will say nothing else then. I will, however, say that I am a colossal Undertale and Deltarune nerd, so a lot of my content, especially on the YouTube channel, is planned to be built around that. So if you were planning on playing Deltarune in any capacity, the sooner the better with me. You are going to get spoiled on something if you're watching me. It is just going to happen. Excellent, Robibble. I will be happy to see the booty once the stream has concluded. By the way, have y'all been enjoying the high octane? Well, I guess, okay, that's just been background footage as we've been discussing stuff. Did Jin show you the comm I got with that? I don't believe so, no. If you would like, you may post commissions in the Discord, in their appropriate channels. Let me change the music again. Let's see. Pardon me. This works. Well, chat, now let me ask you a question. Was there any games in particular that you may want to see me take a crack at? Keep in mind, the usual repertoire that I stick to for stream gaming is retro stuff, and that's anywhere, I consider anywhere prior to the PlayStation 2, I would say. And even some PlayStation 2 ones, but like stuff prior to that era is what I consider retro for me specifically. There's a couple I have in mind, but I'm curious what you all may be interested in. Sonic Adventure, that is definitely one. Star Fox 64, that is one I played a shit ton of. Oh, Wild Arms, that's another one. Oh, Cult of the Lamb can be done on... We can probably do that eventually, just because it has, yeah, the Twitch integration. That'd be fun to try. Just Twitch integration games in general... wow, let me try that whole fucking sentence again. Twitch integration games in general would be fun to take a crack at. Oh, Mischief Makers, holy shit. I played that one quite a bit too. But anybody here fucking remember Buck Bumble? I'm sure there's probably several, because if you've played that game, or even if you've heard about it on a list, on like a top 10 list back in the day, you cannot get that fucking theme song out of your head. I know I can't, and I never will. Range is 1990s to around 2009. Yeah, I'd say that's my usual game range for when it comes to wanting to do something retro. Late around anywhere between the 90s and the early 2000s. Yeah, somewhere around there. You just get too rambunctious in chat, you can feed us. Oh my god. You're not incorrect. That is something that can happen. Luigi's Mansion. That's a fun idea. We could play that on a Halloween stream. And honestly, it's a short enough game, I'm pretty sure I could beat it in one stream. Sorry. A bit of water went down the wrong tube. What was your suggestion again, Revival? You know, I need to go back and play Mischief Makers. I forgot how long that game was. Tail Concierto, heard about it, never looked into it.
Real talk, baby Senri was scared of Luigi's Mansion.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you, Senri, I get it. Like, for a Nintendo game, that game had some spooky atmosphere. It was also then immediately off-put by Luigi having, like, cartoon character react. And I say this with all the love in the world because I loved it about it. It contrasted the spooky shit with Luigi being a cartoon character reacting to in the way they reacted to everything. But like, Luigi's Mansion had some genuinely creepy parts, so I get it. Space Station Silicon Valley. I've never heard of that one, and it's unfortunate that Silicon Valley now carries particular implications these days. Not good ones. Gotta give Luigi props for putting up for all of that. Exactly. Luigi is a fucking trooper. It's the only game that doesn't work if you have the... That is fucking weird. Oh, shit! Rayman! How the hell did I forget about that one? Yeah, Rayman was another one that I played for the PlayStation 1, and then The Great Escape I played for the N64. Oddly enough, I beat Rayman 2 before I beat 1. Although I say oddly enough... I don't remember, but I went back and looked at it, and apparently Rayman 1 gets fucking brutal in the latter parts, so I guess it's not that surprising young me never beat it. The things he does for love. A Link to the Past. God, I want to go back and play that one. There's a lot of Zelda games I want to go back and play. We're obviously doing Majora's Mask on stream at some point. I'm kind of torn between doing a vanilla playthrough first and then a randomizer, or just start with a randomizer so that we don't get like Zelda'd out again. Because I'll be honest, doing the vanilla Ocarina of Time playthrough and then the randomized run directly after that might have been a little much for me personally. So what we may do is, if we do a regular one, we'll do the vanilla playthrough, then probably do like a series in between that. And then after that one, we'll probably do a randomized run of it. After I have freshly forgotten a lot again. But that's what makes it fun. Legend of Zelda Twilight... Oh, yeah, Twilight Princess. I actually didn't play that one very much, but I remember liking it quite a bit. I think, like... Overall, I think Twilight Princess was a game I didn't enjoy as much as the other Zelda games, but I think, like, it has the best character design out of the entire franchise. I fucking forgot Link's crossbow training existed. That was such a weird... That was a weird time period for Nintendo. It wasn't, like, bad. They were doing well, but it was just, like... How to describe it? So, you know how when musicians do, like, hit it off extremely well, they get super famous, and then at the top of their game, at the top of their game, they're still doing well, they're still putting out bangers, but they start doing all the drugs? That was kind of what the Wii era was like for Nintendo. That was kind of the vibe it had. It's like, okay, you're still doing good stuff, but is everything okay? Are y'all okay over there? I feel like something's going on. Oh shit, I played Resident Evil 4 on the Wii before I played on anything else. I forgot about that. You know, Chrono Trigger is another one that I want that we can play. Yeah, RE4 was on the Wii. That was the way I played it first, and then I went back and played on the GameCube, I think. But yeah, Chrono Trigger. Oddly enough, all of my experience with SNES games, like everything prior to the N64, was through emulators. And oddly enough, well, not even oddly enough, just a fond memory of mine is my cousin, who I really need to talk to again someday. It's been a long time. But my cousin was the one who introduced me to the wide world of SNES emulation, and I played shit like Legend of the Super Saiyan, Mario RPG, the original Mega Man X games. What else? Fucking Chrono Trigger. That was how I played Mega Man. No, I'm sorry, Final Fantasy VI as well. A Chrono Trigger. That's a game that I really would be interested in going back to play at some point. Probably on stream, too. And I'm forever upset at the fact that it never got remade. I think there was a 3D remake at one point, but I don't think it was official. So I think it got shut down. Which is sad as fuck. Because the remastered music tracks for that still exist, and they're all really good. Was Metroid on the Genesis? I don't think it was. That was on the that was on the NES and then the SNES originally. Mario DS, do DS games like Bowser's Inside Story count? Yes. I'd probably say that's a hard maybe. The DS is a weird one because I did play that a ton, but I don't have the most nostalgia for it. Yeah, mobile games are like, handhelds were weird. I played them a ton, but I don't know, I just didn't like, I just don't have that many strong memories with that many, like, handheld games, I guess. The exception, of course, being the Luigi card game music for Mario 64 DS. And, of course, Mario Kart DS. But aside from that, yeah. Link's crossbow training was supposed to be... Hang on a second. Link's crossbow training was supposed to be an answer to how N64 has Ocarina of Time and then recycling assets to make If that's true, they picked a shitty way to continue that. Like, it's not that crossbow training was bad, but it was a fucking minigame sold as a game. Like... It was basically just a tech demo for the Wii Zapper. Weird. Oh yeah, actually, all the Zelda okay. There are a couple of Zelda handheld games that I actually do remember pretty fondly. Oracle of Ages, a big one. I played that a shit ton as a kid. And then Minish Cap for obvious reasons. I don't think I have to spell it out for you, chat. Yes, I did discover things about myself fairly early in my life. How can you tell? Yeah, I didn't play much of Seasons. My sibling had Seasons. I had Ages. We had a thing going for a bit between me and my sibling during the Game Boy era. Where like for instance, I got Pokemon Blue, they got Pokemon Red, I got Oracle of Ages, they got Oracle of Seasons. I got Pokemon Silver, they got Pokemon Gold. And then we just kind of... that actually continued up into the GBA with Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby. And then we just kind of stopped after that. It was cool, though. Did you two share codes? I believe we did at some point, yeah. I don't remember exactly what we did between the games, but I do remember getting something from Oracle of Seasons into Ages, or like there was some kind of crossover between the two of them that I did. Hang on a minute. Saw something else in chat. You don't have to say anything. That angry talking hat caused many an awakening. Mm-hmm. You discover that you love trading colored rocks with random villagers. Yes. Yes. And nothing else. Oh my god, we're almost up to 3 million. I got so... You know what? This is a good way to distract myself as we're farming shit up. What else to talk about? What else to talk? Ah, actually, you know what? Fuck it. So, chat, why don't we spice up the conversation slightly? What is your best awakening memory? What is the one awakening you remember the clearest? You don't gotta be shy. You know the company you're in. Probably Link's Awakening on the... Okay, fair. Not what I meant, but fuck you, that was clever. Heard a song on the radio that had "Kiss My Ass" in the lyrics when I was 9. Ah! Then my brain was like, but okay, what if I did that? Wow. I think it was when I was playing Sola to Robo Red the Hunter. I saw the character Opera Crans. She made me a furry. Metal Edamon, Black War Grandma. Oh god. How many okay. It is impossible to quantify because it's probably a shit ton. But given the designs of several of the Mega Evolutions for the Guy Digimon, how many people discovered they were gay through that show, do you think? I'm pretty sure it was many.
Late at night, YouTube, TF Compilation 9, featuring many old D.A. artists, playing Paralyzer in the background.
That is oddly specific. Star Fox 64 made me okay. To be entirely fair to the generation who grew up around the same time period I did, anthropomorphic animals were kind of fucking everywhere, so honestly, I'm surprised.
Thousands, probably.
Yeah, at least. But yeah, anthropomorphic animals, attractive anthropomorphic animals, I should add, were kind of fucking everywhere, so it's no surprise that a fuck ton of furries came out of that time period. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus, that's a fun one. And I absolutely understand that. That's how I imagine all of you pester me when I'm playing games. For me... Oh, actually, this is an oddly specific one, but I was talking about it with a couple of friends ago, a while ago, and it was actually... Actually, did we talk about this on stream at some point? I don't remember if we did. But I do remember one of my earliest furry awakenings was also with Digimon. I forget which series it was. But it was one of the later episodes where the main character, somehow or another, went back in time to the first episode, but went back in time as like this hybrid Digimon creature. It was like a fire lion looking thing with horns. And young me was like, huh, why is that making me feel weird? And well, old me had that question answered very quickly. Vintage furry from the 80s, he was at the forefront of suspiciously attractive looking anthropomorphic characters. Oh god. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure like furry as a concept just has existed since ancient humanity. Just it hasn't really started being called that until recently. But I'm pretty damn sure a lot of the things that we have today, ancient humans had it at least some regard to. And by things, you know what I mean. Oh, and as for the size thing, I mean, take your fucking pick. When I was growing up, there was a shrinking episode in nearly every single cartoon. Like, literally every single one. And a growing one, too. Several, in fact, actually. It was one of the strangest, most common things. I don't know why, but yeah. That was a very common reoccurrence throughout a lot of cartoons in my childhood for some reason.
The episodes that had people turn emo furries is what got me, like werewolves and such.
Uh-huh. We'll make this guy a big beefy lion, cover him in scars, leave him hopeless, but make sure those pants are showing his, or leave him topless, but make sure that, those pants are showing his excellently sculpted legs, but show that he only looks dangerous, but is a huge protective friend. What? What do you mean that might be too much? You made a Venusmon. Don't ruin this for me. Yeah. I'm pretty fucking sure some of those old character designers knew exactly what they were doing. As for,
The 80s to early 2000s was filled with a lot of writers' barely disguised fetish, and they wonder what happened to a lot of their kids.
Oh god, you wanna know a show that did that probably more than a ton from my era? Totally Spies. It was basically every other fucking episode with that show. Like, let's see, we had size, we had fat, we had muscle growth, we had, a shit ton. There was so fucking many. Furries too, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was even a furry episode. And oddly enough, Hyper, in terms of, like, kinks for me, was a very late one. Just 1 year, I discovered breasts, asses, and bulges that are much larger than normal. My brain was like, ooh. And that's the end of that story. That really is it. I just saw it. I just happened to see it online one day. I was like, ah, cool. I like this extremely now. And it has been one of the main since. Oh, yeah, abso-fucking-lutely, Fiji. Doug Winger would caused a shit ton of awakenings, I'm sure. '80s to early 2000s, writers didn't have to worry about restrictions. Captain Planet showed a relative of the main cast die from yeah, like, haha, like, funny jokes, like, a bunch of cartoons caused people to have fetishes. There was some seriously fucked up shit in old cartoons, let's be honest. Like, it really was a different fucking time. And let's see, what are we up to now? Yep, we are now over 3 million Zenny. But I'm having fun with this conversation, so let's keep it going. Ren and Stimpy, yeah, that was another one. God, half the shit they got away with in things like Billy and Mandy and Invader Zim would probably have those shows would probably be on Adult Swim, this day and age, let's be honest. Tom and Jerry, okay, Tom and Jerry as well, but I think it was balanced out a ton by the fact that even the, like, extremely violent stuff was, like, it was slapstick cartoon physics. So it's like, you can show guns in children's cartoons as long as the barrel explodes in a blooming fashion and they just get really sooty and, like, their hair gets blown back and ha 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 ha. It's like, as long as you're goofy with it, it's fine. Is actually from adult party. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, okay. That's one notable exception. They had a literal drowned kitten joke. When Tom goes to the pearly gates, I think it was Tom. And like the person checking people into heaven is just like, waving people through. A waterlogged bag jumps up to the gates, opens, and a bunch of kittens crawl out. And it's just like, oh, young me. Thank God you didn't know what that joke was, young me, because that would have fucking depressed you so badly. Also, Fiji, thank you for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining the lobby. Hope you enjoy your stay. Well, evidently you were not, but that has been solved. Thank you very much. That being said, we have roughly 10 minutes left in the runtime for tonight. So let's just do a few more of these, and we'll get up to like, let's see. I want to say 3,500,000, but that went by. Time went. Yeah, well, yeah. Time flies when you're talking about your kink awakenings, apparently. Oh, God. It did kind of feel like 20 minutes, didn't it? Like, when time is... Okay, in all seriousness, time really does fly when you're just on a tangent. And it's also hilarious. If you had told a younger me that by the time I am, like, in my 30s... I would not only be a less than 3 foot tall mouse on the internet with a giant ass and other things, but I would also, the vast majority of my friends would also be furries, who are also hyper artists and size artists. You know what? Actually, I don't think, after a certain point, I don't think I would be that surprised. I think what I'd be more surprised about was the fact that I would be so out about it. But still. I think I'm the most normal proportioned guy in the group. Yeah, you typically are. You're just surrounded by a lot of huge. And also, yes, I am a huge tease. Many times literally.
Little me would be most surprised that I have a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, by the way. Well, I don't know if congratulations are in order, but that's good for you, I guess. I wish I was surrounded by big. Give it time when you're around me. It's only a matter of it. The thick has been properly sampled. I will have to stop in the Discord later to see. Speaking of the Discord, if you would like to see Huge, I have in fact posted a very not safe for work thing of a mouse self in its appropriate channel that I got from Jinty a while ago. I need to like start doing more with the Discord and finish it. So, okay, the idea I had was I want to like get more systems with the Discord, like role selection at the very least, before I start showing it off on Blue Sky and on the YouTube channel and all that. At this point, it's very casually shown off. Like a gallery where we can see all... No, I don't have like a singular gallery. I do have a lot of it posted on my saucier Blue Sky account, but I'll have to find a I'll have to like post a bunch of stuff in the Discord at some point. Because I do have a lot of art that I've commissioned over the years and drawn. The issue that I'm sure a lot of present artists can relate to is I have a lot, and the amount that I've finished is negligible. I've got some bad habits that I need to fix. But I'm getting there. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get to 3.5 million. And then we'll go get a bunch of upgrades, and we'll consider that what we'll do for today. And then next time, the quiz. Oh god. Y'all, I did not realize how bad that quiz was going to be. Just prepare yourselves for Wednesday. It's gonna be... It's just gonna be. We could skip the quiz, but at this point, we've built up the hype and of the dread enough that we have to do it now. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not doing this shit by myself. The idea was that I would be doing it along with you, and anything I don't know, I would be asking. And then anything neither of us know, we guess. We do not Google. We just flat out guess. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna take a long fucking time, and we're gonna be miserable. But we have a bit, and we gotta stick to it. The funny thing is, even if we did Google it, probably like a good like 30 to 40% of the time we get a wrong answer because the first thing you see is an AI generated answer these days. So yeah, that would make it funny though. Oh, okay. We have the money now. So I can't wait to spend 2 hours on my shift listening to you try to do the quiz. It is gonna be something. It's gonna be something, alright. Excuse me, coming through. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can just walk. Oddly enough, this is kind of in time with the music. Sort of. Sorry. Alright. So... you can go ahead and do make a separate post, Rebibble. The reference page is something I'm gonna be posting updated references to and all that. So... with that immense amount of farming done, let's at least get 2 of the Buster upgrades. And we'll see how much money we have left over. Ah, Twilight Princess was a transformation awakening. That's not at all surprising. Maybe at first, Cheshire. I imagine after a point you just get kind of used to it. Alright. Time to get the max power and max rapid fire thingies. And then we'll see how much we can upgrade the Shining Laser with what we have left over. I guarantee you it's not going to be very much. Alright. Oh, we also have that. I didn't... Huh. Okay, we'll have to get that too. I'll get that later, honestly. Oof. That's actually, it's only 80,000. That's not that bad. Okay. So, let's go ahead and equip those upgrades. And now, let's see. I'm gonna de-equip all the upgrades first, and then we're gonna math out exactly what the optimal combination will be. Obviously, we're doing that, and we're doing this. So we have max attack and fire speed. We're gonna want high energy so that we can actually shoot a ton as well. That actually is a pretty good amount. And it's good range as well. Although, maybe... Let me play around with this a little more. Is there anything else I can put on that gives us max rapid and also energy and also high energy? No, from the looks of it. Well, shit. Okay, let's go with that one. And let's see just how good that shoots. Mom starts work on Wednesday after being out of a job for a bit. Oh, well, congratulations to them. Hope they enjoy the job. Kevlar, the most advanced armor. Okie dokie. So first, let's go ahead and just touch down here. Then let's go shoot our Buster for a bit. So, remember when I said that max rapid is, basically a laser? Yeah. And hey, the energy is actually... So the energy controls how much you can fire in a burst. That's really not that delayed. Like you can hear this very slight delay in between bursts, but it's really not that much. I see you've donated to the church a bit. Yeah, just a tad, you know, and taking advantage of the goodwill towards men and all that, aka discount prices, but, you know. Okay. Damn, you're really busting. Yeah, busting makes me feel... Guys, fucking goddamn it. Why do I go for the lowest hanging fruits possible? Well, now let's see how much we can upgrade the Shining Laser with the 2.5 million we have left. It's not gonna be that much. So, how much is the max attack upgrade? Still 4.5 million. 4.5 fucking million. $900,000. 9 million to get max energy. And 900. Okay, we can get max range. It's okay, everybody. We can get max range. We can get nothing else until I spend probably several days to finish upgrading this. To finish upgrading the attack and the energy, I need you to understand something, chat. To finish upgrading the attack and energy, we're gonna need 13.5 million Zenny. 13.5 million. And this is with
that whole conversation segment 2 times for each stat.
Uh-huh. And this is with the roll discount. Oh boy. We're gonna be here a while. Well, either way, that's a next time problem. I'm not even gonna bother fully upgrading the range. It's barely worth it. But on the plus side, we have a whole shit ton more energy to work with. Alright, folks. That is going to do it for me for this stream. I am going to go find somebody to drop y'all off on, if I can. Give me just a moment here before y'all...
Do you think that, if Salem does some dancing, could he make enough Zenny?
It may be a hard maybe on that one. Let's drop y'all off on... Oh, Link's going. We can drop y'all off on Link. Raid... Lapierre Link. Let me just, see what they're doing. Give me a moment here. Yeah, okay, they're still going. Good. It's a very nostalgic theme, isn't it, Rebibble? Oddly enough. But alright, folks. That is going to do it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Sorry that most of it was, in fact, all of it was just farming money for several hours, but oh well. At least we had some nice conversations. I really do appreciate you all coming. Next stream is going to be the 100 question quiz, so get fucking ready for that one. Thank you all for coming. I shall see you next time. Have a good night.